EastEnders serial killer Gray Atkins is for once on the receiving end of being targeted since Garrett Ponesar started sending him emails from his deceased wife's account. Other Walford residents have seen Gray's mask slip as he has started to lose his cool, but will Chantel's family be the ones to expose him? Chantel Atkins, played by Jessica Plummer, was murdered by Gray, Toby Alexander Smith, over a year ago, and he has gone on to murder two other EastEnders favourites since. But now that Garrett, Jazz Deal, is onto him, he is starting to become nervous. On Thursday's episode of the BBC soap, Gray snapped at Chantel's father, Mitch Baker, Roger Griffiths. At the end of the episode, he left his new wife Chelsea Fox, Zaria Abrahams, injured, and she may need hospital treatment. Will Mitch put the clues together and work out the truth? After being sent a copy of forum posts Chantel had written about her abuse, Gray was on the lookout for anyone acting suspiciously around him. While in the Vic, he saw Mitch reading through some documents looking concerned. He raced over and grabbed them from Mitch, but they turned out to be a list of names of people who had signed up for the charity boxing match. "What do you think you're doing?" he asked Gray after he snatched the papers away. "Sorry," Gray replied, relieved. He trailed off as he added, "I thought it was." "What?" Mitch demanded, baffled by Gray's out-of-character behavior. Gray admitted he had been on edge and hadn't been sleeping well. "Maybe you should get in the ring and work out some of that pent-up aggression," Mitch suggested. "You think I'm aggressive?" Gray snapped, as Mitch laughed it off. Later, Gray mentioned Chantel while speaking with his former father-in-law while discussing fantasy football. Mitch said it takes his mind off things. "From Chantel, you mean?" Gray replied, leaving Mitch taken aback. Gray continued, "I think about her all the time. Sometimes I think it was my fault." Later, Gray yelled at Chelsea over her decision to stop breastfeeding. He slammed a drawer shut on her hand and she screeched in pain, meaning a knife may have cut her. If Mitch sees Chelsea leaving for the hospital, after picking up on Gray's strange mood, will he work out something is going on? It's possible he began to feel suspicious about Gray's confession that he felt guilty for Chantel's death, and after giving it some thought, he may have realized the subtle signs that his daughter was being abused. After noticing Chelsea is now injured, will Mitch also be motivated to prove Gray killed his daughter? With no solid evidence, he may start snooping around and asking others for their thoughts. If he speaks to Whitney Dean, Shona McGarty, or Garrett, he may notice they know something. Perhaps he will join the two in exposing Gray, but being Chantel's dad he may be able to recall further evidence that Gray was abusing Chantel. Will Mitch end up being the one to build up some concrete proof to see justice served? He hasn't suspected Gray of anything before, but he was also the person who drove Chelsea away in a cab recently after she attempted to escape from Gray. When Gray phoned him and said Chelsea wasn't in her right mind, he brought her back to the square. With the suspicious events building up, and the odd conversation with Gray, Mitch might start to realize what Gray is capable of. Will he be able to hold off from confronting Gray so he can help Whitney and Garrett expose him before the evil lawyer has a chance to run away?